Hello to all the Type Moon gamers tuning in to part 12 now, I think, of my Tsukihime A Piece of Blue Glass Moon Let's Play. Still rocking this weekly, of course. Making some good progress on the Arcueid route. We're back and feeling pretty good. Had a migraine yesterday, but I'm already feeling way better the day after. Should be good for another full part here. Last time, I thought it was gonna be a kind of silly and goofy and chill, but turns out there were actually some more serious moments there. We got our new substitute teacher and her background a bit more open as well. That was interesting. So yeah, I think we're good to go with that. Let's just continue onwards. I think we're at the start of a new day here, and I think, was it a multi-part or two? I guess we're about to find out. So let's go, let's go. Oh yeah. Yeah, day 9, titled Death. Also, was there always a one of those cross slashes over the number? I don't think so, right? So I wonder what that means. There's like a vertical slash going through the number. But yeah, that tile is not ominous at all. Kind of scary. No idea what's gonna happen, but that's why we're here, to find out. Alright, we got white. The color pulls an old memory from the corners of my mind. It was always there? Oh, maybe I just never paid attention to it. Something I had long forgotten. Something I had no choice but to forget. Oh, is this about that flashback we've been seeing? He keeps dreaming about it. Something that my father had ordered me to forget. It's in the woods at least. Wow. The cicadas, you know, it's Japan's summer. They're very loud as well. It was a hot summer day. Huge fluffy clouds cover the blue sky. The air shimmers with heat, and the keening of cicadas eats at me. The cries of the cicadas. Nice little nudge to Higurashi, maybe. Although, I suppose this came out before. Not sure if this line was in the original, but I'm pretty sure Nasu is maybe a fan of that too. So. Oh, the music though. This is kind of creepy. Actually, we're playing Higurashi again. Screech, screech, screech. You just keep on screeching. It's so loud, I wish I was dead. Cicada husks are scattered around. It feels as if the beating sun is right on top of us. Burning, sizzling, scorching the clearing. A hot midsummer day. What's the temperature there? It's still pretty cool. Actually, it's not that bad right now. It's only 11 degrees, so it's nice and cool. It's as if the world has warped into one massive frying pan. Sob, sob, sob. Oh no. Oh no, it is that flashback. Akiha is crying. The little girl who's always following after me is weeping into her hands. There it is. A child is on the ground. He lies deathly still, his white shirt stained a deep red. Oh no, there it is. We've seen this many times. Alright, the cicadas calm down a bit. I gaze down at them. My hands drip with the same red. No, that's not right. My hands are soaked in its blood. Oh, well, it's censored, but you could definitely hear his name being called. The adults are here. Their faces contort as they realize what's transpired. So is this the reason he might actually, why he got maybe disowned or something? They drag Akiha away. The other thing is dead. Towering white clouds sail high above in the distance. Left alone, I gaze up vacantly at the summer sky. The adults are yelling. They're yelling the killer's name. My name. Screaming the same 2 syllables over and over like they've lost their minds. Just 2 syllables. The adults call out Shiki as they bear down on me. My hands are drenched in blood. I still don't understand. Killing that which can be killed. Killing that which lives. What's wrong with that exactly? Holy crap, he's a psycho, bro. Dakota, how you doing? Oh my. That was spooky. So, as I thought, he indeed killed someone. I guess we'll be exploring that more later again. There's no way this is gonna leave it at that. Anyway, rise and shine, I guess. Fun dreams. I opened my tightly shut eyes. My dreams were familiar somehow. Something I didn't fully understand. I'm in my room. I remember losing consciousness in front of the gate, but I don't recall how I got here. Oh yeah, there you go. There's some CG. The teach, it was Noel sensei. My mind is still sluggish. The events of last night come back to me in a scrambled mess. So many crazy things happen that I have trouble processing it all. But one part does stand out. Oh, we got a choice of to remember. That's interesting. So a cheeky save. I'll pick Noelle because she was the new thing. I mean the man in black as well. But I'll go with Noelle because that's what I'm thinking about. A Miss Noelle. Though I really should be dropping the Myst part at this point. It defies reality. Our self-proclaimed beautiful substitute teacher is actually a nun who protects the city from vampires? How much weirder can this all get? Everything with Arcueid was already a shock to my system, but Miss Noelle's true identity was so out of left field, it beggars a belief. If someone were to tell me that last night was all a dream, I'd happily believe them. But that isn't happening. As easy as it would be to write it off as such, that was clearly no dream. Miss Noelle is a human who hails from the same world as Arcueid. A human who hunts vampires. A human who
She's having none of your nonsense.
Wow, dude. Amazing. A human who serves to protect the town and its inhabitants. Though I can tell from the way she speaks that she's different from the rest of us. I'm sure she considers each and every vampire her enemy, worthy of extermination. Even Arcueid, and I guess by extension, me. I have other things to worry about. Time to get moving. It's 7:30. Most days I'd be finished with breakfast by now. Usually she's standing there like a shadow on the wall, but I don't see her today. I bet she came to wake me up a few times, and when I wouldn't budge, she probably gave up and returned to her other duties. Deep sigh escapes my lips. I'll be sure to take a nap before meeting up with Arcueid tonight. There's no point letting my thoughts linger over what happened last night. I can just talk it over with her later. Break, how you doing? And if I don't try to have a normal life during the day at least, I might go nuts. Honestly, I'm not really that hungry, but I could use the nutrients. Especially after last night. My body needs fuel to shake off this fatigue. Oh, he's truly fatigued. I try lifting my body off the bed, only to find myself collapsing right back down. Like a tree felled for lumber. I tumble shoulder first onto the floor. And all that stomping Miss Noelle did is coming back to bite him, dude. I'm stuck here, unable to move my arms and legs. Thankfully, everything is so hazy that I've yet to panic. My body may be paralyzed, but I'm breathing normally. Must be the anemia again. I think dully, as if it were happening to someone else. And just like that, I spend my morning on the floor, staring at the clock until Hisui comes to check on me just after 8. Yo, Bamu with the 51 big ones. Hey, thank you so much, man. And a welcome back to the Go Gang. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. There she is.
申し訳ありません。どうかお叱りください。四季様の変調に気がつかなかった私の落ち度です。
翡翠は悪くないよ。いつものことだし、そう大げさに取らない。
You're losing your hair to make a perfect Christmas oguri? Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I only yesterday started my prep for the new CM, and on my first attempt, I got my best gold city ever for a CM, so I'm kinda hyped. Obviously, it's still RNG when it comes to late surgers, but oh my. I hit the jackpot immediately. It was crazy. It was such a nice copy as well. So now I'm actually trying to make her my winning ace, even though it's not the best strategy. So I'm building 2 debuffers that are also kind of semi-aces at the same time to try and give her the best chance to win. It's pretty exciting. I probably won't win, but this might be my best chance ever if I ever want to have Gold City get a win on a CM. But we'll see. Skills can be much better. I still don't know about that. I want to trust the simulator, and others said she was also durable, so I don't know. We'll see. But I'm hoping it's gonna work out anyway. You know? Not every opponent will be perfect either, you realize that, right? So, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be really good. If RNG works, that is. I'm lying on my bed with my back propped up against the headboard. If it weren't for Hisui, I'd still be planted on the floor.
学校の方には姉さんが連絡を入れてくれました。
Just doing my stream next week? I might. We'll see.
体調不良による欠席でよろしいのですね。
うん、それで頼む。ちょっと疲れが溜まっていただけだから、学校を休むのは後ろめたいけどね。
立てなくなるほどの疲れは、もう疲れてはいけないかと存じます。
I'm not sure.
四季様は遠野家の長男。ご自分のお体を。
I might just take a potential thumbnail already here. Maybe I don't think I've put Hisui on a thumbnail yet. We'll see. Depending on what happens this part, it may or may not get used.
いや、ちゃんと大切にしてるよ。
I offer an awkward reassurance after her surprisingly harsh words. Her reaction when she found me sure was something. When she first opened the door, she was frozen stiff for a few seconds. She then rushed over to help me, and with a face full of determination and purpose, she froze again for a solid minute. Flustered, she paced around the room for a few minutes before finally leaving to get Kohaku. Even though Hisui wasn't the one to physically pick me up, there is no questioning her commitment to my well-being. After that, Kohaku helped me to bed and made me some rice porridge, which brings us to now. The one silver lining to all of this is that Aki has already left for school. If I had fallen 30 minutes earlier, she may have been late.
とにかくありがとう、翡翠。美味しいご飯も食べたし、こうしていれば貧血も収まるから、仕事に戻っていいよ。
かしこまりました。ですが、せめて診察は受けていただきます。今朝はアラク先生がいらっしゃいますので、これを機にしっかりお体を。
Oh, you know what's really funny actually? It's so funny. You know how Hisui's VA is Ichinose Kana in the remake? Great VA, great modern VA. She's in already a lot of stuff, like already making a big name for herself. For every anime season you're gonna find her as well. But on that topic, funnily enough, I'm watching an anime this season where she voices the main character, and the main character literally is a maid as well. It's so funny. She voices the maid in the Food Diary of Miss Maid. It's a nice chill show. It's like a healing show about her eating everything. She's like an absolute glutton. She just consumes a lot of food and just enjoys it. It's really fun. But yeah, she voices the main character in that too. So we have double maid for Ichino Takana. Really funny. Also, Dr. Arach. Yo, we get to see the nice lady. It's been a while. Maybe. What a coincidence. So that oddball doctor's here too, huh? I really don't think I need to be examined, but I doubt Hisui will just let this go. I'll go with Kohaku. I think last time when I had a similar choice, I went with Kohaku. But let's honestly let's see you know, Sensei as well. Let's go take a look. Maybe this will be a funny bad end or something. But let's take a look. See. Okay. Kohaku is probably busy with other work, so I'll see Professor Arach. I don't exactly trust her, but she is a professional. Scrapes and bruises should be right up her alley. Plus, I still don't know the extent of my injuries from my running with Miss Noelle last night. It couldn't hurt to get looked at, just in case I have an internal bleeding or something. Well, that'll be bad. I guess she just pops up from there. Wow, still wearing that outfit, huh? The way she's talking, it reminds me of Nightingale. She's like, oh, come on, please be mortally wounded or something at least to make this more exciting. Like, come on, bro. You're a doctor. Alright. I mean, Asclepius? No! Well, I guess two. Yeah, but they're both the same, really. It's both him and Nightingale, both freaks. Despite complaining the whole time, Professor Arach takes a thorough look over my body. She checks the sound of my pulse and measures my heart rate. I also have her examine my legs, which have weighed on my mind since my fight with Vlov. Ultimately, she finds nothing wrong. Everything comes back well within the norm. With an over-dramatic pout, she appears disappointed that there wasn't something more. Hell no. Hell no. Placenta, the stuff extracted from uterine tissue. Hell no. I hear it's mostly used in cosmetics, but it can also act as a stimulant for recovery from fatigue. They say it even has anti-aging properties.
お願いします。以前お世話になっていた医院でもたまに打ってもらっていましたから。
He actually wants it? Oh, hell no. Look at her face, she's so freaky.
慣れてませんよ。基本は内服薬でしたし。注射はたまにしかありませんでした。
Yeah, she has a fang. I forgot about that. I seriously disagree with her choice of onomatopoeia. With my shot done, the checkup is over. Except... Whoa. That's a nice expression as well. Professor Arach makes no move to leave the room. Instead, she lingers behind, her eyes fixated on my body. You know what? There's a potential shot too. God damn! God damn! God.
博士、何かまだ他に要件？
そうなの。診察中にチラッと見えちゃったから気になって。しきちゃん、ガバッと洋服脱いでくれる？
はぁ？脱ぐって裸ですか？
そうそうそう。あ、真っ赤になる必要はないわよ。私もまだトーシちゃんに殺されたくないし。見たいのはしきちゃんの上半身。そちら 胸にすっごい傷跡があるんじゃない？
Arcueid.
そっちですか。
I'm not wild about the idea, but there's no reason for me to say no. She is a doctor after all. I take off my shirt and sit on the bed.
いいじゃないいいじゃない。メープルでジューシーな感じ。いい腕してるって思ったけど、こうして全体として見るとそうそうるわ。冬ごもって穴蔵ライフになってもしきちゃん一人いれば食うに困らないわあたし。
Wow. Calm down there. She seems unable to contain her joy as she probes my shoulders, arms, and stomach. Touched like this, and given her bold choice of dress, I find myself getting a little worked up. Hey, yo, my guy's a little bricked. Okay. Oh
胸
my.
の傷跡を見るんじゃないんですか。
おっとそうだった。失敗失敗。おー、なるほど。なんか使ったにせよ完全に塞がってるわ。貧弱なのに代謝機能は人並みというか生き残りやすいというか。
She's got Taiga energy. Oh yeah, for sure.
すっごく残念。
A bit more pushy in that way though, but yeah,
これ
there's
じゃ
some
私も足し
similarity.
ようがないって感じ。
After a couple minutes, she moves away from the bed, seemingly satisfied.
でもすっごい傷よね。普通の人間どころか
Movie vampires, clueless.
それ事故に遭った時はどのくらい痛かったのかしら。私想像するだけでドキドキしちゃう。
Do you have like a Guro fetish or something? What the hell?
そうですか。何でもガラス片が降ってきて突き刺さったらしいです。
Flustered by her use of the word vampire, I explain something that doesn't need explaining.
あれ覚えてないの？覚えてないのね。ならそれはまた別の話としましょう。しきちゃんはここに帰ってきちゃったんだもの。どうあん
Hold on. What did she just say?
ってなんでもないなんにもない。それじゃあ私はこれにて退場。またいつかラブのタイミングがあった時に会えるといいわね。
Hey, yo. Freak. She leaves, her heels clicking against the floor. Huh? Something about the way she walks reminds me of a spider skittering after its prey. Oh, hell no. Sunny. It's afternoon now. After having a light lunch, I return to my room. Hisui urged me to get some rest today. Not that I have anything to do in the first place.
体の調子は戻ったんだし、ここは
Another choice maybe? Yeah. First floor or second floor? Well, let's explore the second floor more. I feel like we see the first a lot, because isn't that where the dining hall and the recreation room is at? Let's go second.
Oh, her name is Arach. And spiders are arachnids. I get it now, ooh.
Sure. After mulling over what to do, I decided to take my first walk around the estate in 7 years. I'll start with the second floor. The Tono mansion is split into the east wing and the west wing. The east wing contains Akiha's office, and even further in, her private quarters. It's practically her own little kingdom. I'm a little hesitant to intrude, so I'll stick to the west wing for today. I make for the west hallway. The path to my right connects to the lobby. Continuing forward would take me into the heart of the west wing. And of course my own room is directly behind me. Weren't the maids' rooms here like too? Almost every room facing this hallway is empty. They would have been used by extended family members when my father was alive.
この先の行き止まりが
Oh yeah, Akiha kicked them all out, right? That's what happened. After she became the head of the house, she like kicked away basically everyone. Well, at least most of them. Tono Makisa study. Yo, Marlon, how you doing? Arcueid's words from last night linger in my mind. It's not just you that's special, it's your lineage. Yeah, she was implying a lot there, which is interesting. That's absurd. But then again, she's not the type to assert something without a good reason. Oh wow, another choice. Search Makihisa study or really shouldn't. I mean, if you give me the choice, you know I gotta pique my curiosity. I mean, come on, bro, let's go in. We gotta dig the lore, dude.
琥珀さんは買い物で留守。翡翠は1階で清掃中か。
I'm completely alone. Some might consider it taboo to snoop around a dead man's room, but this is my house too. Don't I have a right to know what's in there? Besides, what's the harm in taking a quick peek inside my dad's room? Go for it, bruh. The door at the end is locked. I take off my glasses and slice through the lines sitting on the lock. Ugandan key. There's no going back now. After a quick check back down the hall once more to make sure nobody else is there, I venture in.
なんだこの部屋。暗すぎないか。
I find the light switch somewhere. Even with the curtains closed, it shouldn't be this dark. I grope around on the wall for a light switch before stopping myself. Turning on the light would only broadcast the fact that somebody's in here. I'm probably just being paranoid, but I end up opting for my phone's flashlight instead. Wow, smart, I guess. Yo, it's like a horror game, I'm scared. Was there something chained there? Like a cabinet or something? The hell was that? The interior is similar to Akiha's office. I suppose it's only been a month since he died, so it's not too surprising it's still like this. Even his bookshelf is the same as it was before he died. Which begs the question, why is it so dark in here? I shine my phone towards the windows to see what's up with the curtains. Oh, it is changed. Underneath the darkness, I find something you'd never expect in an ordinary room. A seal of some kind. It's a lot of chains, bro. Just one lock though, seemingly. Also bars, yeah? What is sealed there? None of this makes any sense. But it's hard to deny something when it's staring you right in the face. In place of windows, I find a section of solid wall. Wait. They're blocking sunlight into the room? That's kind of weird. Assuming that's the only thing they're doing here, but okay. It was this, not curtains, that was blocking out the light. A thick set of iron bars has been mounted across the wall, as if to keep something out. Or perhaps to keep something trapped within. This looks really bad. I don't really know what this darkness means, but I do know that I've stumbled upon something I never should have laid eyes on. A cage of madness. That's what this is. I have to get out of this room right away. The others can't know I was here. Not Akiha, not Kohaku, not anybody. If someone found out, it'd probably damage our relationship beyond repair.
いや、ここまで来て何ビビってるんだ、俺は。
Whoa. I continue searching the room, my phone lighting the way. The bookcase also catches my eye, but I don't have time to rummage through it. I'll search Makihisa's desk first. That old man always kept things just so. If there's anything to find, I'm sure that's where I should look. He might have documents on Akiha, me, or the company hidden in one of his drawers. The first 2 drawers are unlocked, so I check them first. They're totally empty. The 3rd drawer down, however, seems to require a key. I'm guessing this one hasn't been opened since my father died. Of course. I take off my glasses once again and kill the lock. I like that he literally says kill the lock. Cute.
本日記帳かこれ
Inside the last drawer are a bundle of old papers and a thick book. The papers look to be a Tono family tree. Yodel, we're about to reach something big here, I think.
けど随分と古い紙だな
Okay. This must have been passed down from generation to generation. Bingo! Right below Tono Makihisa, I find Tono Shiki and Tono Akiha. Wait a second.
なんだこれ親父のやつ9年前に養子を取ってる
Whoa.
けどすぐに病死しちゃってる
Adopted child 9 years ago died soon after from a disease? Huh? 9 years ago, I would have been 8. I may have been young, but it's pretty weird that I don't have a single memory of them. Maybe it was the child of a mistress that was kept under wraps. But could the old man I know, always no nonsense and by the book, really do something like that?
そんなわけないか
Hmm.
けどうちの当主ってみんな短命なんだな親父も50前に病死したわけだしその前
Wow,
は
their
30
family
歳
has a
の
lot of
時
early
に事故死
deaths, yeah?
その前は18歳で自殺している
Suicide at 18? That's really sussy. Hang on a second. That's too weird to just be a coincidence. I pour over to the family tree. I didn't read it wrong. Everyone in the Tono family has died under mysterious circumstances. Suicides, accidents, murders, unexplained disappearances. Not a single person on here died peacefully at the end of a long life. I don't know how else to explain it other than that they were cursed. The thing that sticks out most is that the majority of them took their own lives. Many killed themselves on the eve of their adulthood, or soon after. Isn't my guy like 17 or something? Monka Giga Robert Downey Jr.? Like what? Light fades from my vision. There's a sensation of blood pooling in the back of my head. Numbness is spreading through my arms and legs, and my breathing grows shallower with every second. My gaze drifts back to the journal, focusing in on it to ward off the rising feeling of vertigo and dread. I flip the page. This one's dated 2004. Yo, it's the release year of Stay Night. That's the same year Fate Stay Night, or rather, child Makihisa adopted, passed away in secret. My eyes dissect each word before moving on to the next. The writing is neat. It looks to be penned by my late father's meticulous hand. I feverishly read the page.
遠野の一族は呪われている。近代に移ってから生まれてくる子供には
Genes?
のからの覚醒遺伝が
This entry is almost 10 years old. The ink has faded in places, making the words difficult to decipher.
もちろん私も私の子供たちも例外ではない。秋葉には特に強見られる。我が子の未来を思うと悲しい。紹介された医師の話によると
Something's wrong with
幼
Akiha,
年期から
maybe?
厳しく教育すれば発言は
Oh no.
今夜も手術が必要だという。秋葉に教えることはできない。あの子は
What the hell? Oh, so was that a door opening just
理由
now?
なく厳しく当たる私を憎むだ。
Yeah, someone is in there.
それも全て当の。
Surely it's just the maids, but still.
だが私は安堵している。どれほど明葉が後に近と言っても
She is far more human than her brother.
明葉ははるかに人間。
Well, that's a line. What is this? Footsteps? The total family is cursed? Blatant genes? Surgery for Akiha? And who is that last line about? Her brother? Her brother, her brother? The answer is obvious.
こんにちは、四季君。
Oh, is this Mr. Bandages? Am I dead? No. No. Is this a bad end? No way. My stomach feels hot. The scar on my chest has gone numb plenty of times, but this is an entirely new experience. An excruciating pain erupts from within, like my organs are being branded with an iron rod. Sensation begins slipping away from my toes. I slump against the desk, attempting to brace myself with my hands, but unable to maintain my grip, I fall to the ground back first. Ah, hell no. It is
この
him!
日記はまずい。何しろ。
Dude, I knew this guy
まだ
was
検閲が済んで
sussy.
いない。君に見られる予定もない。
God damn it. True. Even though this is not canonical, I suppose, I have the info as a reader, though. So I am now sussy about stuff. So this is still something I'm aware of. My mind drifts away. The man's voice, it's...
君にはもう少し。あの未熟な当主殿をかき回
I'm
してほ
guessing
しか
this
った
means
のだ
that
が
he wants to overthrow Akiha and take over. Something like that.
どうやってかは知らないが、鍵を手に入れたのが君の不運という。
Yeah, he totally obtained the key. Yeah, totally. No. By the time I notice, my breathing has long since ceased. The lines, once clear as day, are gone, as is my headache. He's dead. Of course. Only now does it dawn on me. Those insufferable headaches were also a kind of salvation. I mean, how am I supposed to wake up without them? Tonoshiki, whose body had lost its function long ago, drifts off into an eternal sleep. Oh no. We're dead. Oh! Damn. I couldn't resist, bro. And again, I'm honestly kind of glad I did, because even though, again, not canonical, I got some info. Dubious hint segment number 8. Let's go what they have for us. Sure. True, it's armored core time. Game is over.
なぜ鳥は歌うのか、なぜエリは跳ねるのか、
It's a neko.
なぜ主人公は鍵のかかった部屋に
Because I'm curious. What? Sue me.
人類史における数々のミステリーに真っ向から挑む知能番組、教えてシエル先生。あっちまるよ。
こんにちは。デッドエンドのなかった。
I realized how long it's been since we've even seen her. I think the last time I saw her was another bad end or something.
物語はいよいよ佳境。ここからまた死亡ケースが多発しますので。
Climax? Whoa.
賢明な遠野くんにおかれましては
Whoa.
気を引き締めて選択肢を選んでいただければ。
Interesting.
では今回のデッドエンドですが、後ろからぐっさりです
Yeah, you
ね。
hate to see it. My guy was too focused on his buka. He couldn't even hear the door and the footsteps. Like, bro, come on. You gotta stay
メ
alert.
ガネともあろう男が油断しすぎだよにゃ。それともあの包帯男見かけよりやるってこと？
OP.
あの部屋の異様さに飲まれていたのもありますが、遠野くんの不注
I
意です
know,
ね。
I know.
そもそもこの手の潜入捜査は2 2人1組が理想です。
I know Chad said it. Did you react? Are you saying I didn't notice that either? I did! I wanted to finish reading the lines first that I was reading. I did hear it. Are you implying that I missed it too? How dare you, right? I did definitely notice the sounds. I was super focused, man.
1人が扉のそばで誰か来ないかを見張り、もう1人が書類を吟味する。そういった頼れる誰かと
Yeah, that's actual slander. I might miss some stuff here and there, but that one is slander. I did not miss that, okay? Not that I could do anything about it anyway, because it's a visual novel, but yeah.
まさに SPY。 でもそんなスキル持った知り合いいる？シエルは武闘派だからそういうの向いてなさそうだし。
Maybe I can even consider putting her in the
単
game,
独
though.
であ
That'd
れ
be
ばで
funny.
きないことはありませんが、遠野くんのフォローをしながら潜入というのは確かに私向きではありませんね。いつかそういった見方ができればいいのですが。
露骨にフラグを立てやがって。誰かな？メイドかな？そっちかな？
Let's have this as an option too, because it's funny. I'm gonna have to wait for it to move a bit and then... Snap. There we go. We'll go with this.
さあ、そこまでは何とも。少なくとも私たちの吸血鬼事件には関わりのない話でしょう。さて、今回の死因ははっきりしていますので、前の選択肢に戻るだけで OK です。
That'd be a top tier thumbnail. Yeah, because then people would be like, oh, he hit a dead end. Let me go check that. Because they know, you know? That'd be funny.
君子危うきに近寄らず。当の巻久氏の書斎は避けて、安全な場所を選びましょう。
Nope. The chibi version of him too.
屋敷の中もデストラップだらけとか、この屋敷どうなってんの？
True. Valid question. Alright, cool segment. Thank you for teaching me. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Here we go. I really shouldn't. Yeah, turns out that it's kinda deadly. I shouldn't do anything too hasty. Arcueid's words still rest uneasily on my mind, but there's no guarantee I'll find what I'm looking for in the old man's study. Blackjack's on plate. Oh, which one was it called? Which one? I assume it's the 2004 stuff. What would I say to Kohaku or Hisui if they caught me snooping around? There's too much risk involved. Destiny? Yo, the OP221. Yo, that's such a banger, though. You guys didn't get it, I assume? That's a banger, bro. Come on. I decided to walk around the first floor instead. Oh, you did get it. Yo, shoutouts. Oh, it was you? Nice, okay, I'm glad. Good. It's a banger. I find myself squinting from the sunlight peeking through the windows. The lobby never ceases to amaze me. When I was little, I used to get in trouble all the time for exploring the mansion. It seemed like a castle back then. I was so certain that if I looked hard enough, I would find some secret passageway into another world. Isekai? When are we gonna get this Shiki Isekai spin-off? He finds a secret passage in this mansion. Wow, I'm writing the side stories. That sense of adventure is gone now, though, along with my nagging father. Imagine him going to a fantasy world and he gets to keep his, like, mystic eyes. That'd be pretty wacky. They're all in the past.
懐かしいな。昔は屋敷の廊下を歩くだけでドキドキしたっけ。
7-year-old memories of sneaking through the lobby begin to resurface. Spurred by those echoes of the past, I begin my stroll around the mansion. I head outside to the terrace. Strange as it is, I have a better recollection of the grounds than the mansion itself. Taste is an anime with the premise you said just... Wait, the title of the anime is just Taste? Is that what you're saying? I've never heard of that. It's hard to fathom just how enormous the estate is. Oh, you meant to say there is an anime? I mean, I'm sure there's probably like an isekai with every single premise ever nowadays, because they pump out 5 of those per season, so they gotta always try something different, even though they're all the same anyway, let's be real. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Got him. If the mansion itself is 10 times bigger than most houses, then the land beneath it must rival the size of an amusement park. To a 10-year-old like me, it must have seemed like a dreamland, a fantasy world that I could call my own. I'd spend the day roaming around, carving my name into the trees and the dirt. Akiha and I had a game where we'd see who could claim the most territory. We decided at one point that we controlled any area we carved our name on. From there, we set out to tag pretty much everything we could find. I used to do a kind of a semi-similar thing as a kid. It's such a stupid story. We talked about this not long ago, but you guys know Tintin, right? It's a European like comic, but it also got some animated films and shit. Very big part of my childhood. Tintin is awesome. So one of the stories of Tintin, one of the books, one of the movies, is I think well, I assume the title is similar in English, but in Finnish it was called The Pharaoh's Cigars. It's a very scary story as well. It's like this Egyptian drug smuggling thingy. Very scary. But in that story, this like drug ring had like their own secret logo. It was like a very similar. It was a simple thing. It was like a circle, then a wavy line that goes in front of it. Then there was like a dot in one of the sides, I think, inside of the circle, something like that. It was like a logo they had. So as a kid, I was so enamored by it. My brother and I just spent some time, like, you know, walking around our yard and whatnot, just engraving that logo into various things. There's kind of like territory claiming, like just hiding it somewhere. I think we even put some of them as like wrote it with a marker or something, and I think it's still in a light pole somewhere there. Like probably like 20 plus years later now at this point, probably more than that. So you can probably still find some there. Most of them are probably already gone, but yeah, we tried to put that logo everywhere. It's kind of funny. So there you go. Funny. Tintin, very cool. You're French, so you know. Yeah, because it's like Belgian, right? Yeah, it's very cool. Most of the time we spent together was actually out here in the garden. Though unlike me, she listened to Makihisa, so she could only play for 30 minutes a day. Wow, that's really strict, bro. Fluffy dog, yeah, it's called Milou, I think, or something like that. Even though all she ever did was follow closely behind us, listening carefully to what we said. But once she got going, she'd run around, turning everything into a competition. Groundwork? Uma? Is all I can think of. If I see the word groundwork, all I can think of is Uma. God damn it. Brain rot. Could it have been a facade? An act she was putting on in front of the old man? Still, even if that were true, she's changed too much. Or maybe I just didn't understand how long 7 years can be. Time passes and children grow up. Neither of us is who we were back then. There's a gazebo in the courtyard. At the base of one of the pillars, hidden from the sun's gaze, I find a name etched into the stone. I circle around the building, counting the names as I go. Shiki, Akiha, Shiki, Shiki, Shiki. It looks like this place was fought over 5 times. Most places are the same, with my name appearing a lot more than hers. Akiha was still a little girl. She probably just couldn't keep up with my boundless energy. Have I tried protein chips? No, I didn't even know there were protein chips. Although it's not like I can go back and change what happened just because I feel bad about it now. Akiha has always hated losing. From the looks of this, I bet I made her shed quite a few tears.
そうか。案外この恨みを今になって晴らしてる
Damn,
のか。
he traumatized her. Oof. Akiha is the last person I'd expect to do that, but there is something incredibly adorable about the thought of it.
ああ、なんか俺もとことんバカ兄貴だ。
I chuckle wryly to myself before lifting my head. I've had some fun walking down memory lane. Maybe it's time I head back in. But before I turn to leave, something catches my eye. I spy another marking scratched into the underside of the gazebo ceiling.
あんなところに。
How did that get carved there? I doubt an adult could even reach that high, let alone a child.
なんだろう。俺の名前だけど。
Sus. From within the gazebo, I put my feet up on the handrail to get a better look. It's well hidden. Adults wouldn't be able to see it unless they crouched at the correct angle. There, lurking in a hidden corner of the ceiling. Beware your brother! Monka? I don't understand. Beware your brother? This isn't Akiha's handwriting, which would mean I wrote this. A sudden sound draws my attention. Oh. Through the trees, I glimpse the brown and white of a maid's uniform.
あれ、翡翠。
She hasn't noticed me. For whatever reason, she continues further into the forest.
なんで森に。
All that's out there is more trees. So what could she possibly be doing? Curious, I decide to follow her for a bit. There's a path through the forest, though it hasn't been paved. They say these woods were once the main part of the Tono family estate. Originally, the land where the mansion and the garden stand was just the entranceway to this forest. But after the war, the head of the family decided to change things to how they are now. I proceed through the woods. The trees aren't too dense, but they seem to stretch on into infinity. Eventually, I spot a strange building.
あんな建物あったっけ。
War? I assume World War II. I half expect Hisui to go inside, but instead she walks in the opposite direction. Maybe it's some kind of temple or a gathering hall. Yo, Jet. I continue treading along. After about 10 minutes of walking, the labyrinth of trees comes to an abrupt end.
広場だ。
In the middle of the forest is an unnaturally open field. What could this place be? At the very least, I have no memory of it. If I hadn't told Hisui, I would have never known about this tiny patch of land buried deep in the forest.
こんなところあったかな。あったなら学校の遊び場だけど。
I have no recollection of playing in this clearing with Akiha, at least. I don't think I do? I contemplate for a second before stepping into the clearing. There's not much out here. Hisui, who had been ahead of me this whole time, is nowhere to be seen.
なんだ。ただの空き地じゃないか。
The sun beats down harder in the center of the clearing. Even looking down, its glaring white rays overtake my vision. Flashback. Whoa! Nope. Noises are back. I wonder if it's because I've been in the shade for so long. It feels like the middle of summer. Glancing upward, I find huge fluffy clouds in the sky. The air shimmers with heat, and the keening of cicadas eats at me. The cries of the cicadas. Oh, we're back. Ooh. It's coming back to him. My consciousness sizzles. My knees buckle, thudding onto the scalding sand and soil. I know this place. I may have forgotten, but I know it. The summer sun batters my forehead. The screams of cicadas echo in my ears. The smell of assaults my nostrils. The smell of what? At my feet lies a crumpled mass, dark and red, that was alive just moments ago. The wound on my chest flares like a knife. Splitting skin and flesh, this pain punctures through my chest. Music is back. He's getting flashbacks, dude. Deja vu. The cicadas screech, screech, screech. They wail for it to stop, stop, stop. They cry for the dead, dead, dead. I hear more screeching of cicadas, even though it's already autumn. Looking up, I feel the summer sun pierce my eyes. The tepid air makes me feel sick. I'm besieged by the sights and sounds of empty shells. The husk of a cicada lies at my feet. A husk that was once a human. Shit, dude. Oh, the wound splits open. A deluge of red spills out of the chest, coating my hands in a glistening crimson. What day is this? I think it's 9. I glimpse the silhouette of a figure slumped over, followed by the sound of a young girl's footsteps rushing towards it. Towering clouds sail high above in the distance. Beneath the blue sky, creatures have cast off the shell of this mortal coil. By the time I realize what's happening, I see Akiha, bloodied and crying. And we're back. Screeching. I'm in hell. The shrill of the cicadas threatens to pierce my eardrums like a needle. Sound design is good though. Very immersive. What is this? My chest stings. I think I'm going to be sick. My wound should have closed a long time ago. Why does it hurt so bad now? It feels busted, unimpeded. A red fluid begins to flow. What's happening? My wound hasn't healed at all. It hurts. I'm scared. This is the impulse of death. My consciousness plummets. Pus blooms where my wounds tears open. My mind regresses, smothered by illusions of summer. It feels like my soul is escaping. I hear the soft thud of my body hitting the grass. Dude, he's getting some serious PTSD deja vu. Hopes Hisui finds him again. I can hear people talking. Oh, he's back.
秋葉様、お医者様をお呼びしないのですか?
Maybe they did find him then.
バカなことは言わないで翡翠。呼べるわけがないでしょ。兄さんの傷は普通の傷じゃないんだから。
Akiha and Hisui are speaking. This is Shiki's room. I'm sleeping on the bed. My senses are finally back. I try to push myself up and break the tension with a greeting, but my body won't listen to my brain's commands. Just sleep paralysis or something? Though the pain in my chest is gone, my entire body feels like lead. Looks like my mouth and eyes are the only things I've got control over.
一体どういうつもりなの翡翠。 兄さんをあの場所に近づけてはいけないって、あなたも知っているでしょうに。
There, huh?
申し訳ありません。
Hmm.
謝って済む問題じゃないわ。あなたを兄さん付きの使用人にしたのは、こういう事態を避けるためでしょ。
Uh-huh.
それを忘れて、あなたは何をやっていたっていうのよ。
Akiha is seething mad. This might be the most emotion I've ever seen from her. Hisui, head bowed, simply receives her scolding. I don't know what led to all this. All I can tell is that Hisui is getting yelled at because of me.
ほら、口にしてもらえないかしら、翡翠。あなたは今日一日、どこで何をしていたのかを。この人が朝に倒れたことも報告せず、天津さえあの森に行かせてしまった。これは明確な意図があってのことよね。そうでなければ、犬以下の頭だもの。答えなさい、翡翠。あなたも、私に逆らうつもりなの？
Hisui maintains her silence. The air in the room grows heavier with every breath. Akiha bites her lip and takes a step forward. It's obvious to me that she is going to strike her. Hisui continues to look down at the floor, ready to accept her punishment.
ちょっと待て、
Oh.
アキハ。
兄さん、気がついたんですか？
ああ、アキハがあんまりにうるさいんで、今目が覚めた。
Akiha looks away, visibly uncomfortable. Hisui meanwhile has her eyes on the floor and won't even look in my direction.
あのさ、あんまり翡翠に当たるなよ。
Is he how worried she is? Yeah.
事情は知らないけど、俺が倒れたことで揉めてるんだろ。なら、翡翠に責任はない。こんなの、俺が勝手に倒れただけなんだから。
Urging strength into my arms, I lift myself up into a sitting position. That simple motion takes all the energy I have. At this point, I don't think I could lift a finger. But for Hisui's sake, I need to pretend like I'm okay.
まったく、お前も俺のことなんかで喧嘩するな。大人びたように見えて、まだ子供なんだな。
でも、兄さんはあれからずっと気を失っていたんですよ。10時間以上も昏睡しているなんて今までなかったはずです。
He was out for a
もし
while.
兄さんがあのまま目が覚めなかったら、私はどうすればいいんですか？
バカ、縁起でもないこと言わないでくれ。こんなのはただの貧血って、なんだ、もう10時を回ってるのか？
はい。ですから、兄さんはお昼から今までずっと気を失っていたんです。
Well, Akiha's tone is reserved. But it's not my health I'm worried about. It's my promise to Arcueid. 10 o'clock. And don't you dare be late. She looked like she really meant that last part. I can only imagine what she'll put me through if I'm late again.
やばい、行かなくっちゃ。アキハ、ごめん、俺は出かけるから、後のことはよろしく頼む。あんまり翡翠をいじめるなよ。
そちらこそバカなことは言わないでください。私、兄さんが毎夜どこに行くかなんてもう聞きません。聞きませんから。どうか今夜ぐらいはご自分の体を大事にしてあげてください。
アキハ。
She's genuinely pleading with me. Seeing her this worried, I can feel my determination start to waver.
でもこんなのはしょっちゅうなんだぞ。中学の頃なんて日に2回は倒れてたんだしさ。
だから余計に心配なんです。兄さん、お願いだから今日ぐらいは私の言うことを聞いてください。
She peers into me, anxiously awaiting my response. I feel like this is a meaningful choice as well. Prick, dude. Do as she says, go see Arcueid. I'm gonna do as she says. I don't know. I can't, bro. I can't. I guess I've got no choice. If I keep going against her wishes, feel like I'll just make her cry. And he can't even move much anyway, right?
わかった。今日はおとなしく眠ることにするよ。
I lie back down.
本当
You break the promise. Yeah, but I can't. Look at her, bro. What the hell?
後になって部屋を抜け出したりするのもなしですよ。
しないよ。実を言うと、体がまだ重いんだ。秋葉の目を盗んで外に出るなんて、とてもできそうにない。
よかった。
She lowers her shoulders, obviously relieved.
翡翠、琥珀に兄さんが目を覚ましたことを伝えに行って。兄さん、夕食はどうしますか？
そっか。いや、琥珀さんには悪いけど、食べられそうにない。今夜はこのまま眠らせてくれ。
わかりました。翡翠、琥珀にそう伝えてきて。
Well then, now that I'm lying down, my fatigue sets in again, lulling me toward a deep slumber. I probably got a minute at best before I fall back asleep. But before I do...
秋葉、うちの庭に
Ooh.
あんな場所あったっけ？
ええ、私たちが子供の頃、よく遊んだ場所です。
そっか。なんだか、よく覚えてないな。
Yeah, I'd totally forgotten it, in fact.
それともう一つ、変なことを聞くんだけど。その、子供の頃さ。
Oh.
俺と秋葉と、もう一人ぐらい子供がいたとかいう話は、知らないか？
は？
She tilts her head in confusion. She's totally hiding it though. That's a reasonable response. Of course there wasn't anyone else. But if there wasn't, then something doesn't add up. What I saw in my dream, and the dream I had in the clearing, if they are the same, there has to have been another child. A child who was killed. Otherwise...
いや、なんでもない。ただの夢の話だ。
そうですか。ではおやすみなさい。兄さん、今夜はゆっくり休んでください。
ああ、そうする。
My consciousness is cut off the moment I respond. The tightening feel I feel in my chest each time I go to sleep isn't there tonight. It's like a switch has been flipped in my mind. As if to escape from all that's happened today, Tonoshiki sinks deep into a dark abyss. Is that okay? Not going to see Arcueid? Okay, the day does end, in fact. Huh, I wonder what would have happened. I guess we'll find out maybe later, because I might go back and do all of these, but yeah. Okay. Wow, we complete another day. And now we have another multi-parter starting. Uh-oh, 2 digits. Oh my, day 10. Blood Red Moon 1. That's ominous as hell. I mean, to go from death to that already is like, okay, dude. God damn. Wow, 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 wow. Did someone leave the window open? I can hear birds chirping outside. Okay. A cool breeze brushes my cheek. Faint sunlight filters through my eyelids. I'm wrapped in a scene of warm, gentle hues. Greeted by the peaceful morning, I grab my glasses from the pillow without another thought. That's right. I must have fallen asleep after talking to Akiha. My joints are pretty dull, but I still feel better than I did last night.
よし。
I mutter to mentally prepare myself. It's time to wake up and face the morning. Flashback. Oh. Oh.
ああ、やっと起きたの？
Oh, is this the consequences of my actions? Oh no. Well, good morning, I guess. Except, when I open my eyes, I find myself facing Arcueid instead. I stare silently at her face. Every last thought has been banished from my mind. My brain's gone so blank it might as well be tofu. At this point, I've even forgotten how to breathe. Seriously, what is even happening here? Thumbnail? Nah, I'm not gonna thumbnail this. I might put Neko on the thumbnail though. All I know is that she is right in front of me. In my bedroom. At barely 9 in the morning. On my bed. Still wearing her boots.
お前。
嘘つき。また明日って約束したのに。
Her foul mood has dimmed the luster of her red eyes. Except it really hasn't. At this proximity, I can appreciate every last detail. Her eyes are stunning. Dude, he just wakes up and he immediately starts simping. Alright, you know, fair enough. She stares at me with unblinking disapproval. She's really close to me right now. Close enough for me to notice the smoothness of her skin, to feel her breath and warmth against me. The weight of her body pins me into the sheets. Martial artists call it a mount.
ちょっと待ってくれ、アルクエイド。お前、なんで朝から俺の部屋にいる？
Even though I want to yell at her, I try my best to keep my voice to a whisper. It'll all be over for me if Hisui heard and came rushing in. I don't know what's all going on, but I'm smart enough to know how bad that would be.
とにかくどいてくれ。人の部屋に勝手に上がって眠ってる隙に馬乗りとか真剣無視にも程がある。インベーダーかお前は。
No.
何よその態度。私がこんなところにやってきたのはシキが約束を破ったからでしょ、人を待たせておいて自分はずっと眠っているなんて一体どういうつもりなの？
Just a human though. Damn, look at her face. She's like kind of pouting. Oh man. Oh man. She pouts and glares at me indignantly. That's right. I promised I'd meet her last night and I broke that promise. Thumbnail? Fine, I'll make it as I'll take it as an option, okay? Fine. It's pretty good though. Yeah. It's pretty good. Okay. The birds continue to chirp outside. Finally, the pieces start coming together. I understand why she is angry. But it isn't an excuse for all this. You don't invade someone's room while they're asleep, especially when you can just rip into them later. The window was closed when I went to bed, but it's open now, so she must have come in through there. Neko on the corner as a bonus.
約束を破ったんだから、そりゃ確かに俺が悪い。けど、そんなことで人の家に侵入するのはやりすぎだぞ。
Oh, it's Daryl, hello.
ここ、シキの家じゃないわ。
She sets me straight.
それにね、本当は私、もっと怒ってたんだから。何時間も待ちぼうけで約束を保護にされたんだって気づいたとき、自分でも驚くぐらい頭に血が上ったわ。
She was hella mad.
もう、絶対にこのままじゃ済まさない。 乗り込んでいって捕まえてシキの首根っこぐらい引きちぎってやる。波の言葉じゃ許さないからって。あんなの
Wow, side
経
shot.
験したことのない精神状態だった。
Sheesh. Getting more angles.
自分でも冷静になろうって思うんだけど、思えば思うほど頭にきちゃってどんどん熱が上がっていくの。あなたへの文句だけで詰まった底なし沼にはまって、暴れれば暴れるほど沼が広がっていくような気分、分かってもらえる？もう本当にどうにかなりそうでたま
I
らな
think
か
she
ったん
was
だ
mad,
から。
chat. Needless to say. I think that's what we're getting at here.
Stand up, Mr. Streamer, and show us or not popping hysteria.
No. Her scarlet eyes are brimming with anger, frustration, and indignation. Whatever she was feeling before, I'd wager it hasn't fully left.
ああ、確かにたまらないな、それは。
I idly nod along, covertly brushing my fingers over my neck to make sure it's still intact.
でしょ？それでもう我慢できなくなって忍び込んだんだけど、シキが眠ってるから待ってあげることにしたのよ。言い訳ぐらいは聞いてみたかったから。でもシキ、なかなか起きないんだもん。やることもなかったし、しばらくあなたの寝顔を見てるしかなかった。うん。シキの寝顔はね、怖いくらい静かだった。死人のように眠っていて、もう起き上がることはないんじゃないかって不安になったくらい。
Mm.
はあ、不安だったら起こしてくれればよかったのに。こっちはお前にいられる方がよっぽど不安だよ。
けど起こすのももったいなくって。私、自分の眠っている姿は知らないけど、シキみたいに眠れるのなら幸せ
I
か
mean,
も
she
しれな
kind
い
of
なっ
was,
て。
because we already saw that, right?
どうしてシキはこんなに穏や
I
か
think
な
it
の
was when they
って
very early on went into that
ずっと考えながら
hotel
見
room.
つめてた。
We saw her sleeping from Shiki's POV, right? She was sleeping kind of normally and fine.
そうしていたらね、あれだけ湧き上がっていた気持ちも収まって、その後にシキが目を覚ましたの。
それじゃあ、夜から今までずっとそこにいたのか？
Mm.
うん。何度か家の人がやってきたけど、
Ooh,
見つか
now
ら
it's
ない
a
ようにして
happy
おいたから
face.
大丈夫よ。
Oh no. Maybe we'll have a variant option. God damn it. There's way too many shots every episode that are usable.
さっきも式を起こしに女の子が来たけど、気に食わない
I
か
don't
ら
know
追い
which
返しちゃ
chat,
った。
which is better. The happy face or the pout. They're both pretty good. They're both good. She gives a flippant chuckle.
待て、追い返したって何を？
手荒な真似はしていないわ。ほら、
There's even a
前
normal
に吸
smile.
血鬼
I'm
には
not gonna
無
take
料の
this
マ
one
ナーが
though.
あるって言ったでしょ。
We have the big smile or the pout. Okay. Yeah, the lore.
あの女の子には、式はもう学校に行ったって暗示をかけたから、私のことも記憶に残ってないよ。
Wow. I mean, I guess that works. Sheesh. True. She can do that.
記憶に残ってないよって。お前
Mind
ね
control. She sure is pushy about some things. I like that it says that and the only thing you can see right now is her boobs. Alright. But I guess I should be thankful. She salvaged the situation for me in her own way.
経緯はよくわかった。それと、昨日のことはすまなかった、アルクエイド。その謝罪ってわけじゃないけど、俺は二度とお前との約束は破らない。約束する。
Surely. Our eyes lock as I apologize.
反省してる？
反省してる。何しろ、後の報復が恐ろしいって今思い知ってる最中だ。
My hands go up in a show of surrender, smiling as though her earlier displeasure had evaporated into thin air. She gives me a satisfied nod. At last she gets off me in the bed.
にしても、ブーツでベッドに乗っかるなんて。
True, that is kind of
シーツに
heinous
足
though.
跡がついたら洗濯が大変だなとか思わない。
Say what you want, but that is facts. No shoes in the bed. I grumble as I sit up straight. She watches me crawl out of bed from a few steps away.
あのさ、お前、
何って、シキが着替えるのを待ってるんだけど。その格好のまま出かけるわけにはいかないでしょ。
Is she not gonna get out of the room while he changes though? Interesting.
まあ寝巻きのまま出歩くほどだらしなくは。待て、なんて言った、アルクエイド。
今日一日はずっとシキと行動しようと思って。
The whole day? Oh wow.
約束を破った埋め合わせしてくれるんでしょ。
I see how it is. She replies like it's almost like it's the most obvious thing in the world. But if we're hanging out all day, doesn't that mean she's asking me to skip school too?
何言ってるんだ、こっちには学校がだな。
Wow.
何よ、反省してるって言ったのに私より学校を取るの、あなたは。
Ouch. She really knows how to hit me where it hurts. I take a quick glance at the clock. It's just past 9. If I were to head to school now, I'd be late anyway. Besides, I do owe it to her for making her stand around all night. And when it comes down to it, spending time with her does sound like a lot more fun. Yo, okay.
わかったよ。今日一日はアルクエイドに付き合う。けど、昼間に街に出ても手がかりは何もないんじゃないか。
そこは気にしなくていいよ。
I like how obvious it is that she doesn't really care too much about that either right now. She just wants to be with him. Alright, alright.
だって街を散歩するだけなら昼間でも関係ないんだし。
Sure.
なんだよ。昨日の夜できなかった分、これから
Dude,
吸血鬼探しをするん
he
じゃな
can't
い
be this dense, bro. Oh my god. Do you really think she's mad because they couldn't look for vampires or undeads last night? That's the main reason she's mad? Okay, dude. Alright. Sure.
ええ、もちろん夜になったら調べるわ。けど一日ずっと手伝ってもらうのも大変でしょうから、お昼ぐらいは休んでもいいと思うの。
もっともない意見だけど、二人で街を歩くだけって。
I like that he's kind of a gooner, but at the same time he's still fairly dense with this stuff. But at least he still, you know, can appreciate stuff that he sees, I suppose. A date. It'll look like a date. Sure, we've walked around at night, but this would be different. We'd 100% look like a couple. Ayo. These things probably don't even occur to her being a vampire and all. She probably just wants me to take her somewhere fun, but come on. I feel like she's the one who actually knows what's happening. You're the one who doesn't. Can I even handle time with her without any vampire hunting to keep us busy?
どうしたの、シキ。
Dude, she's doing the pose.
赤いわよ。
Oh. I scramble to cover my face with my hands and avert my gaze from her. It's not like we haven't already had plenty of alone time. But so far it's been some life or death situation, fighting for survival. Thinking about anything else would have meant certain death. I've been trying to ignore her beauty in order to focus on the task at hand. But what if? What if we just spent the day together like normal people, without a clear objective in mind or any impending doom to distract us? No doubt I'd start to notice things I could do without. Oh.
シキ？ねえ、やっぱり学校に行くの？
わけないだろう。うんと言ったんだから付き合うよ。約束は破らないって言っただろ。どんな気まぐれか知らないけど、街を散歩するぐらいなら問題ないだろうし。
ありがとう、シキ。
Wow. She's so happy, bro. Look at her. What the hell? Wow.
それじゃあ早速行きましょう。
Her smile is dazzlingly bright. What does she have to thank me for? She practically skips over to the window she presumably entered from.
ちょっと待った。すぐに着替えるから、そこで外でも見ててくれ。
何？呼んだ？
Don't know, Wald.
なあ、呼んだけど呼んでない。止めて悪かった。外に出ていてくれ。すぐに追いつくから。
屋敷の正門で待ってるわ。今まで散々待ったんだから、これ以上待たせないでね、シキ。
She slinks out of the window, as lithe and agile as a cat. Cat, you say? That would never happen. I watch as she bounds between the trees. There she goes from branch to branch, never touching the ground even once. Before I know it, she's gone from my sight. Seeing her now, it's no wonder that she managed to slip inside of my room unnoticed.
感心してる場合じゃないか。俺も翡翠に見つからないよう外に出ないと。
I quickly changed into some casual attire. It's a school day, so putting on my uniform would only draw unwanted attention. Opening my door just a crack, I peek to make sure nobody is coming down the hall. I don't want to risk passing through the lobby, so instead I climb out of the window of an empty room on the first floor. Like the two people just exited via windows. Very normal. Finally, I make it to the gate. I had to take a bit of a detour through the garden to avoid detection, so it took a little longer than I would have liked. Of course, Arcueid is here already.
お待たせ。とりあえず移動しよう、アルクエイド。屋敷の周りにいると琥珀さんに見つかっちまう。
え？ああ、うん。行くなら早く行こっか。
Her response is surprisingly flat compared to how bouncy and energetic she was earlier. Yeah, she seemed a bit distracted just now.
なんだよ、らしくないな。俺を待ってる間にまた何かあったのか？
別に何もなかったけど。
In spite of my tone, her head still seems to be up in the clouds.
もしかして昼間だから体調が悪いのか？無理をしてまで出歩く必要はないんだ。苦しいのならやめにしても。
Well.
体調は良好なんだけどね。ちょっとこの塀を見ていたら昨日のことを思い出しちゃって。
昨日のことって公園で俺をずっと待ってたこと？
She nods meekly.
昨日の夜はここを全力で飛び越えてそのまま四季の部屋に忍び込んだんだけど、
You don't
今にして
say.
思うと不思議だなって。どうして私あの時あんなに怒ってたんだろう。約束の一つぐらい今まで何度も果たせなかったのに。
She folds her hands together as she ponders the mystery.
あ、そうだ。四季ならわかるかな。いつも私をバカバカって言い伏せるんだから、これぐらいわかるでしょ？
あのな。
If she doesn't know, then there's no way I would. Yeah. I mean, we kind of established you wouldn't, so yeah. But if I were to wager a guess... Oh! Because she's selfish, because she wanted revenge, because she's a vampire. Where's the obvious answer, though? Top or middle, for sure. Bottom is like whatever. Maybe top. Top is a bit teasy, I kind of like that. Let's pick top. Selfish.
単にアルクエイドは怒りやすいだけなんじゃないか。
Ooh, teaser.
基本的にわがままな性格しているからな。
I can only call it like I see it.
そっか。言われてみればそうかも。
Oh wow.
私、四季に殺されてからすっごく感情的になってるみたいだし。
She's taking it surprisingly well. She nods along, somehow pleased with that conclusion. I'm less convinced that's the right answer, but if she's satisfied, I guess it's settled. Well.
疑問は評価しましたか？なら、さっさと移動しよう。
Even if we haven't decided on a destination yet, we should at least get away from the estate. This hill overlooking the city contains nothing but the mansion and some woods. I've come to realize how much Nasu likes putting important buildings on hills, right? It's the same in every story. It's in Tsukihime, it's in Stay Night, with like Ren's house, and it's in Mahayoru as well. He just loves that shit. He has a fetish for big houses, big western houses on hills. Neither of which is the kind of playground Arcueid's probably looking for. Music is cute, very whimsical. For now, we'll just head for the station in the middle of town. That was really cute. What the hell? She should have been like, Harikitte iko! She skips down the slope ahead of me. She's like a kid excited to go on her first errand.
ところでシキ、今日は服装が違うのね。いつもの黒い服はどうしたの？
いつもの黒い服って。
Right. In her mind, my school uniform and I practically come as a pair. Though I'd argue our uniform is really more of a dark navy. I really wish she'd stop taking every chance to paint me as some kind of emo kid. He was like, actually, it's navy blue.
あのな、昼間っから学生服で出てこられるか。で、じゃない。
Whoa.
今日は特別な今までとは違う街の探索なんだろう。だからこっちもちょい上品な私服に着替えてきたんだよ。
To be fair, I mostly just swapped out my sneakers for some leather shoes. But at least it's something.
なるほど。特別だものね。
She pauses as if she just thought of something.
シキ、そこでストップして、周り右して目をつむって。
Hey yo.
そうね。10秒。3秒でいいから。
回れ右って、後ろを向けってこと？
She says it so casually that I don't even think twice about following her orders. I spin around and close my eyes. The moment I do, my thoughts catch up, and I start wondering what the hell am I doing?
見てなさい。私も
Oh, is she changing her outfit too? Yo, is this a new one or this the same one we saw from earlier? The nice dress? Outdone? In what? Oh, suddenly I feel a strange gust of wind swirl around behind my back.
おい、これに何の意味か。
Oh, it is new. Oh wow, that's fancy. Big bow tie as well. Damn. My thoughts and words come to an abrupt halt.
どう？昼間なら戦うこともないし、これくらい着込んでいても邪魔にならないかなって。
Damn. Okay. I gape in stunned silence. Nah, not this one. Nah, it's too much already. Holy shit, he says. This can't be real. What the hell is this new look of hers? Is that fur? And a bow? Did she change in the blink of an eye?
Would not insider plankton.
Ayo. No, where did she even get this from? None of that matters. She looks good. Devastatingly good. But there's still a conservative look to it, like it doesn't go overboard. You hear the thumping though. That's the game, that's not TTS. Okay, dude.
ねえ、私、普段と違う私になってる？かわいい？
Dude, look at the wink. Hey yo. What are you saying? How do I even respond to that? Is it cute, she asks? Like she hasn't just transcended all known dimensions of cuteness? Okay. This is beyond comprehension, beyond human intellect even. Don't tell me all vampires come with perfect date outfits. She was already so cute I could die, and she still outdoes herself. What is she? A fashion model? God, she's like the fluffiest rabbit given human form. I just want to take a picture and treasure it forever. Fun fact, this is not even writing, this is a quote from Nasu after he saw what Takeuchi drew. This is not even like him writing stuff. He just had a microphone in the room. Trust. Are you just using every cheat code imaginable, you monster? Oh.
黙ってちゃいいか悪いかもわからないんですけど。
And look at that. We got the return of the years. With the pout on top. Wow.
特別な日なんだから、これくらいの方がいいのよね、式。
いいか悪いかって、お前。
It's bad. Really, really bad, in fact. For my mental stability, that is. I should deny it on behalf of all of humankind so she can no longer wreak havoc on us. Yeah, whenever she's wearing this, she gets threat to humanity trait. Understandable. But I wonder if there's anyone on this earth who could deny her when she's looking this fine. I grit my teeth. I've got to fight every urge to raise my white flag and surrender. Pulling together every last shred of dignity in me, I utter a response.
まあ、それくらいなら問題はない。
He's like, I mean, it's alright. Even though his mind is like, yes, 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 yes. You know the Jotaro meme? Though I struggled, I managed to preserve humanity's dignity. Wow, we even did the pose briefly there. Smooth. Her earlier play might have broken through my defenses and done some damage, but I've regained the high ground. It's over, I have the high ground. There's no reason for me to panic any further. Right now, I've got to pull myself together and rein her in like usual.
よし。アルクエイド、行きたいところとかあるのか？
わからないから式に任せるわ。
Wow. I wonder if this is gonna be a choice.
どこか適当なところに連れて行って。
Wherever I'd like, huh? She's clearly the kind of person who says that anything is fine when you ask them what they want for dinner. It sounds simple enough, but in truth, having this much freedom only ups the difficulty. I have no clue what kind of place she would like to visit, but I'm gonna have to think of something before we get to the station. At least I've got enough in my wallet to cover whatever we do. You're like, yeah, you kinda are. It was a pretty spicy sesh so far. In more ways than one. It is a choice. Where should we go? Okay, let's do this cheeky save again. Let's see. It's a little cliche, but maybe a movie theater? A gloomy back alley sounds good. What the hell? The weather is nice. How about a walk through the park? I feel like top or bottom is good. Who the hell would pick 2? What the frick? Or is movie just boring? I don't know. You pick 2, you're crazy, bro. I'm not picking 2. That's diabolical. Yeah, let's pick the movie, frigate, dude. It's not like this is actually a date, but there's no harm in going for a tried and true movie date. You won't get bored as long as the movie is decent, and discussing it afterwards lets you get a read of the other person's tastes and preferences. Not a bad idea if I say so myself. Movies are at their best in a theater, and just so we're clear, this is absolutely not a date. Yeah, sure, buddy. You're gonna watch the Mahoyo movie,
ここ
true?
はいつも賑やかね。何があるのかはよく知らないけど、娯楽施設が集中してるってことでしょ。
I could take like a billion thumbnail shots from this one freaking sesh. Side by side, she and I traversed the sunlit city. On the way, and now, even I've been acutely aware of the stares we're attracting as we make our way down the streets. It's no mystery as to why. She is a sight to behold, a once-in-a-lifetime beauty. But the more people stare at us, the more self-conscious I become. I'm even too preoccupied to answer her endless stream of questions.
ねえ、聞いているのシキ。これからどこに行くのかって聞いてるんだけど、私。
聞いてる。というか、もう着いた。ほら、あれが目的の映画館だ。
Wait, is the theater called Soya SS? But all I see is it's saying soy ass. What the hell, dude? I think there's a space between the A and the S, but it just looks like ass, dude. Because the color is very similar with the A and the S's. Bro. Now there's a thumbnail shot. I'm just gonna giga zoom in so you only see the 3 final characters there. That's the thumbnail. Boom. I knew things were going too smoothly. Her Highness is clearly not in the mood for a movie. Oh no. But we've come this far. I'm not about to change tracks now. From the start, it's not like I had any way of knowing where a vampire would actually want to go. She can complain all she wants, but I'm not going to give up the charge.
いいから入るぞ。不満があるならここで別行動すればいいだろう。
True.
まあ、不満はないけど。
She follows me inside with a pointed sigh. She's sullen, her shoulders slumped with disinterest, as if she's berating me for my incompetence.
チケットを買ってくるけど、何を見る？今やってるのは、恋愛ものと恋愛ものと
Well,
恋愛ものだな。
that's fun. What's with this sugar sweet lineup? Is this a cinema or a candy store?
ふざけてるな。俺も帰りたくなってきた。
私はどれでもいいわ。なんかどれも同じみたいだもの。退屈でも我慢する。
What a
これも乗
champion
りかかっ
attitude.
た船でしょ？
She parries with a phrase she must have picked up somewhere. This is my fault for not looking up the movie schedule ahead of time.
めんぼくない。できるだけ面白そうなの選んでくる。
The line is short, so it isn't long before it's my turn to buy the tickets. She isn't just a vampire, but a foreigner too. She'd probably enjoy a foreign film more than she would a Japanese one, so I go with a French flick. Oh hell no. We've got 10 minutes until the movie starts.
お待たせ。上演時間まで10分空いてるから、そこの喫茶店にでも入ろう。日差しの下にいるの辛いだろ。
もう昼間だから辛いとか眠いとかそういうの関係ないって言ってるでしょ。10分ならここで問題ないわ。次に吸血鬼だろみたいなこと言ったら怒るからね。
Damn, okay, calm down. She went from 0 to 100 in a second flat. To be fair, I might have been a little overbearing. She is built way tougher than I am, so it makes sense that my overprotectiveness has started to get on her nerves.
了解。じゃあここで時間を潰そう。
We move closer to the wall of the department store. Her eyes are firmly affixed to the passing crowds. She's still pouting. From off to the side, I steal a glance at her. If I'd known she'd sulk this much, I would have chosen someplace else. Maybe the park would have been better. Or I could have gone big and taken her to an amusement park. Or what do you mean, not a back alley or whatever the frick? Then I might have been spared this disapproval painted on her face.
シキ、私退屈。何かやって。
He's like, entertain me, human. Do some funny shit. There it is. Dance for me, peasant. What am I, her jester?
だからどこのお姫様だよお前は。 何かって例えば何？
しりとりとか。
Ah, the classic word game.
は？
I furrow my brow. Where did she even get that idea from? Ah, that explains it. A young couple is playing the word game not too far away from us. Beloved. Diolinoir. What even is that word? Reaffirm. Montesquieu. The bizarre chain of words they're forming is enough to make anyone's head spin. I don't even know half those words. What the hell? But the way they're acting is so... I'm trying not to cringe picturing myself doing that.
やめよう。しりとりは良くない。
なんで？映画待ちのカップルはしりとりをするものだってあの人たち言ってたけど。
そんなのはただのザレ言だ。気にするな。だいたいしりとりで時間潰す。
Also, wait.
旧時代にも程がある。携帯でネットニュースでも漁ってなさい。
She said couples. Ooh.
そうなの？
Ooh.
でも楽しそうだよ、あの二人。
あの手の二人組は何やっても楽しそうなの。そもそもしりとりは苦手なんだ。やってると悲しくなる。それだけは何があ
Damn,
っても
okay,
却下だ
bro. Just say no, man.
チキ、しりとりに弱いんだ。語彙少ないの？
弱いんじゃなくて苦手なんだよ。っていうかつまんないだろ、言葉をつなげても。いい。5分前だしそろそろ入ろう。これチケットな。中に入るときに見せればいい。券の半分を取られるけどそれが決まりなんだから怒ったりしちゃダメだぞ。
それぐらい知ってるわ。チキは私のこと
I guess she's
何も知
maybe
らない女だ
been
って
to the
思ってるの
movie
ね。
theater before.
ああ、いやなんとなく。あんまり人間社会のことを知らないのかなって。
知識だけならきちんと蓄えているって言わなかったかしら。私、映画館のことぐらい知ってるわ。
She turns away with a and enters the theater. I messed up. Coming to the cinema was my idea, but all it did was bore her even more. We messed up, boys. It's okay though. It's alright. We exit the theater. The movie we watched, a romance, shockingly, wasn't dull, but I wouldn't say it was particularly interesting either. It was a quintessential French movie, all focused on atmosphere with little to no action or drama. She walks next to me in absolute silence. This awkwardness is killing me. If only there'd been an action or horror movie in the lineup, maybe she'd have enjoyed herself.
あのさ、アルクエイド。今日のはたまたま向いてな。
すっごく面白かったね、シキ。
No. Maybe, I guess she liked it. Oh wow. And she's so moved she's giving a rave review?
いや、
You gotta calm down, Zero, by the way. You gotta calm down in the chat. I know these things are a matter of personal taste, but super duper amazing? Seriously?
参ったな。聞くのと見るのとじゃ大違いなんだもん。そりゃ知識としては知っていたけど、そんなのさまつな空想でしかなかったみたい。暗がりっていうのがいいのかな。大きい音などにうるさくなかったし、チキが隣にいるのも楽しかったし。でも何より内容が良かったよね。よくもまあ架空の話をあそこまで作り上げられるものだなって驚いたわ。あの情景の細かさに比べたら私の作るイメージなんて子供騙しみたいなものだし、本当に感心しちゃった。
Yeah, guys, I think she liked the movie. She is smiling from the bottom of her heart. Looks like she legitimately enjoyed that highbrow love story.
そうなのか。まあエッフェル塔もどきの建物は確かに見応えあったけど。
But they have the Tokyo Tower. That's basically the same. Though wasn't it basically a rip-off of Tokyo Skytree? Close enough.
あれ？仕切ったら冴えない顔してる。も もしかしてつまんなかった？
いや、つまらなくはなかったけど、普通だなって。
Wow. He's a snob. Okay.
あれだったら他にもっと面白いものがあるし。
嘘。だってさっきの。
You know what's... This is interesting, actually. Do you guys remember the first movie you saw at a theater? And do you remember if you liked it or not? I'd wager most people that go into a movie theater, they go pretty young, and then the first movie they watch is gonna be like good by default, because it's like a crazy experience you have for the first time. You're like, wow, that's poggers, mate. Like, that was crazy, watching a movie in a theater and shit. Like, she's probably doing the same phenomenon here, you know, right? I think that's what's happening here. Like, it's the first time she got to experience that. So, the movie probably got a lot of free points because of that. I'm surprised most of you guys don't remember. In fact, I'm not sure what my first movie was either. But it had to have been some kind of animated film. Pretty sure I saw as a little kid. Yeah, definitely some animated film. I know Monsters Inc. was one of the first ones I saw in the theater, if not the first one. It may have been the first one that I saw. At least one of the first ones. That shit was bussin'. That shit bussin', dude. Shout out. Anyway.
総合点は低いんじゃないかな。今は時期を外しているからやってないけど、大作の映画はあの数倍退屈しないぞ。はっきり言って、さっき見たのは中の芸ぐらいのランクだよ。
Went to a movie theater with school, but that's all. I think we went several times in a school trip as well. One I do remember that I liked as well, that wasn't a school trip. We went to watch Night at the Museum with Ben Stiller. Fun movie. And it was really fun because I was a small history buff at the time, not because of Fate, because I wasn't into that back then, but because of Age of Empires. I knew some of the storylines because of that, so seeing some history stuff in that movie was kind of cool. Oh, it's the ears, dude.
わかりやすい感情表現をするんだな、アルクエイド。
Nice eyes. To be honest, I'm more stunned than surprised. Based on her attitude going in, I was figuring she'd be bitching and moaning about it. Instead, she's over the moon, giddy like a wide-eyed child. I love the term bitching and moaning. It's such a good term. I'm glad they used that in the localization.
残念だな。昨日までなら文句なしにいい映画がやってたんだ。そんなに喜ぶと知っていれば夜のうちに連れてきてたのに。
Not because I want her gratitude or anything. I'm just genuinely curious how much bigger her smile would be if I'd taken her to see something more fun. Sure, dude. That's because you always bitch and moan. No, that's you guys. You guys bitch and moan. You got it backwards, bro. I mauled. You guys bitch and moan. There's a subtle difference there. Arcueid's shoulders slump in disappointment.
本当だな。なんだか空振ってばっかりだ。
I sigh and drop my shoulders as well. If only I'd known. I would have loved to see her that excited for just a little longer. Hey, yo. My guy's getting into it. Is the date over now? Oh no. Oh, they're eating something? We end up going for a Latish lunch at a little past 2 in the afternoon. Oh, it's still early on. I wonder how long this segment still lasts. Maybe we could, depending on that, we could maybe finish it before AC6. But if it goes for a while longer, I don't know. Maybe we should take a break at some point here. Should be short. Yeah, we'll just finish this. This seems pretty fun. Like, and then start whatever the next thing is. You check around 40-ish minutes. Ooh. 40 is a lot. For overtime. Ooh. Let's just finish the date at least, if it's short, like some people seem to imply. Okay, let's see. I would have liked to have taken her somewhere fancy, but ultimately I'm limited to what my wallet can afford. Well, that's what the lady said, so. Can't he just use, like, swipe the card of Akiha again? Food court it is. Though I'm not sure if she will even want to eat any of this, it's still worth a try. Ooh, there's so many good faces again. After intensely scrutinizing the menu for a good while, she ends up ordering the same thing as me. Okay. I sit in the chair across from her. She takes a restless look around the food court before popping a French fry into her mouth and with practiced ease. I can do some fries.
てっきりこういう店は初めてだと思ってた。
ええ、こういうところは初めてよ。前からどういった施設かは知っていたけど、それは知識だけのものだしね。
Wouldn't be in trouble for using the card. I think he already used it in school. And I don't think anything came out of that.
知識だけって、そっか。ニュースを見るんだから雑誌だって目を通しているのか。服も普通だし、割とこっちの事情に適応してるんだよな。
Dude, she looks so fashionable, it's crazy. Vlov's attire was a lot closer to my idea of a Western vampire, something more stereotypically medieval than what she's wearing now. But I guess even vampires know how to keep up with the times.
そういうプロセスで適応してるわけじゃないけど、ともあれ人間の文明圏に入るのなら、それに即した常識は必要でしょ？だから起きた時はその時代の情報を覚えてから行動するの。まあ大抵は1日や2日で決着がつくから無駄になるんだけどね。
Every now and then she says something that goes totally over my head. Every now and then I fall apart.
無駄になるって。
If you know the song, +1.
だってことが終わればすぐに眠りに戻るから。次の目覚めが何年先になるかわからないんだし、覚えた知識は全て捨てて次の目覚めに備えていたの。でもそれってそう
Ooh, new angle though. Oh my, jeez, it just keeps showering the thumbnail shots. Wow.
私はね、今まで知識でしか世界を知らなかった。
No one in the chat knows total eclipse from the heart. Oh my god, you guys get educated.
こういう人間たちの集まりがあるって知っていても、それを経験することはしなかったのよ。
You do? Why didn't you say anything? Bruh.
なるほど。けど知ってるんならそれでいいんじゃないのか。現にさっきだってメニューに迷いはしたけど、注文自体はスッとしてたんだし。
当然よ。そういう風に対応できるよう知識を得ているんだから。でもそれは数値だけの話なのよね。情報だけの世界はそれはそれで真だけど、受肉からの感覚は正しい理論より真がある。経験は理論を凌駕するってこういうことだったのね。
Sure.
何千億の単語を覚えていても、実際にやってみないと何も手に入らないんだなって。
A somber sigh escapes her lips.
どうだろう。理論は経験を補うっていう逆説もあるとは思うけど。
それは理論だけしか知らない人の言葉でしょ。
Damn, he got burned.
まあちょっと前までの私がそうなんだけど。
She's looking more downtrodden by the second. She's dragging me down too. I'm not really sure how to put it, but I just don't like seeing her this sad.
早計じゃないか。単にさ、理論だけで経験を補えるやつと、経験で理論を覆せるやつがいるだけだと思うけど。ほら、周りを見ろよ。この店だけでもこれだけ違う人たちがいるんだ。いろんなやつがいるんだから、誰もが自分と同じじゃないだろう。
シキが真面目なこと喋ってる。
そっちが真面目な話をしたから、こっちもそれに付き合ってるんですよ。
Especially now that you're finally opening up about yourself.
知ってる。シキって私の話したいことを話したい時にちゃんと付き合ってくれるって。いつもは怒鳴り散らすけど、深刻になれば話を聞いてくれるでしょ。
She laughs cheerfully. I'll never say this out loud, but her laugh is nothing like that of a vampire. Do I really get shouty that often, though?
私って視野が狭かったのね。自分がこうと決めたら、それ以外のものは見えなくなるんだもの。
More angles.
私には自分しかいらない。自分だけが正しくあればいいって、そんな風にしか考えられない。でも、そうよね。こんなにいろんな心があるんだから、私にできないことを当たり前のようにやってしまえる人だって、世の中にはたくさんいるんだわ。
Her tone is almost as gentle as she considers her shortcomings.
もっとも、反省したところで私の性格は変わりはしないんだけど。私、今の自分が一番好きだし、やっぱり正しいんだって信じてるから。
Wow. She smiles proudly, takes another quick look around the food court and follows with a hearty bite of her hamburger. Chomp chomp. There she goes, eradicating my preconceptions about vampires again with each bite of junk food. It's strange. There's no way to eat a burger elegantly, but somehow she still manages to look gorgeous while doing so. So gorgeous, it's almost uncanny.
何？人のことジロジロ見て。あ、これってこういう風に食べるものじゃないの？
Well, she scrambles to place the burger back onto the tray. Sheepishly, she pats her lips with a napkin. Even this simple, mundane action looks exceptionally high class when she does it.
いや、それで合ってる。合ってるけど、なんか変だ。お前の場合、似合わないから食べるな。
何よそれ。
Yikes.
似合わないってどういう意味？
イメージの問題だよ。お前みたいに口が小さいやつにファーストフードは向かないんだな。おとなしくポテトをかじっている分には問題ないから、俺の分もやる。
Wow. I place my fries onto her tray. Frankly, I'm not really sure what's driving me to act like this either.
いらない。
Yeah, maybe at some
せっか
point
く
you'll
食事を取る
realize.
ことにしたのに、そんな柔らかいものばっかりじゃ物を食べてるって気がしないもの。
She purses her lips into a pout, then bites into the hamburger again. Every chomp of hers feels particularly exaggerated now that she's aware of my critical gaze. The intense ephemeral beauty that enveloped her before has diminished a little, making the scene just barely tolerable to the human eye. Doesn't make a hamburger-eating vampire any less bizarre, though. As a fact of nature, creatures need to ingest nutrients in order to survive. Most do that by eating. And yet, she said she doesn't drink blood. Would that mean her source of nutrition is the same as ours? Just regular food?
なあ、アルクエイド。
何よ、意地悪。
いや、もう文句は言わないって。聞きたいことができたんだけど、いいか？
いいけど、何？
あのさ、お前は吸血鬼だろ。なら、食事って呼べるものは血液だけじゃないのかなって、そう疑問に思った。
Her eyes open wide. I knew it. This was an inappropriate question to ask. Just look at her. She's obviously not bothered?
あのね、シキ。基本的に私は食事を取らないんだ。
Wow.
確かに、こういう風に栄養素を口にすれば自分の力だけで動けるけど、それは気
Unlimited
分の問題なの。
energy.
私の熱量の補充方法はシキたちとは違う。確かに食欲はあるけど、それは人間でいうところの性欲と同じかな。
Ayo. So she gets horny in terms of hunger? Huh?
食べないとイライラするけど、私はあんまり食事に重きを置いていないから、反転衝動に襲わ
So
れる
she's
ことは
got
少
some
ない
really
よ。
freaky cravings for food or something? Impulse inversion? Huh. She casually rejects the notion of a blood-based diet. Looks like she really is fine without drinking it at all.
そうか。
Thank God. She might be a vampire, but she isn't at all like the rest of her kind. She doesn't kill people in order to feed. Seriously, why couldn't she have told me this from the start? She could have just said, I'm a vampire that doesn't need to drink blood. Things would have been so much easier. I would have been much more willing to cooperate.
ちょっと待った。お前そりゃ吸血鬼って言わないぞ。
I guess he kind of has a point, but still.
言うわよ。四季だって食事が味のないものばかりだったら耐えられなくなるでしょ。
Me eating the same rice and chicken like every day? No, not every day, but Chad seems to think I do. At least on Discord. Except that I did have that today too.
栄養素より毒素が多いものを
It's
食べ
fucking
たいと思
it's
う時があ
so
る。
tasty though. I
例え
can't
ば
help
こ
it,
のハン
man.
バーガーね。
It's actually good.
四季、あなたはなんでこの店を選んだの？単純な熱量補充のため？それともこの加工された粗末な肉と野菜パンと化学調味料の塊を刺したる工夫も技
Maybe
術
it's one
も
of
な
those
しに
things where
調理して
people
大
think
量
they
生
could,
産
but they
品を
might not be
心
able
の
to if
底
it
から食
actually
べた
came
いと思
down
った
to
か
that.
ら？
I wonder. Pizza? I'd like to say I would be able to do the same thing as well, but I don't know in reality, because I don't think I've ever had like maybe like more than 2 days of pizza in a row. I don't think I've ever even had 3 days of pizza in a row. So I don't know. It's tied for like my favorite food of all time, but like I want to say I'd be able to eat it, but I don't know if I can. Like what if I eat a pizza for like 30 days in a row? Will I be tired then? Will I be like, hey, anything else but pizza? I don't know. It's one of those interesting things that you might not know until you try it, but I'm not sure if I'll ever try eating 30 days of pizza in a row. Probably not the best idea, but it's interesting to think about.
それでいい。別に恥ずかしがることはないんだよ。私だって毒になると分かっていても美味しそうに見えるものはある。私にとって人間の血液はそういうもの。
30 days of
取らな
pizza
く
you
ても
did.
いいものを
If you have like a
食べたいという
margarita
欲求
every
におい
day,
て
but you also eat
私
some
とあ
other
なたは
stuff
変わらない
for
わ。
like breakfast or dinner that are more healthy, you won't die. You're gonna be totally fine. You could eat 30 days of margaritas, totally fine. But doesn't mean you should though.
ほら、知性体は繁殖であれ食事であれ、それに何らかの二次的利益を付加しないとサボってしまう生き物でしょ。美味しいから物を食べる。気持ちいいから交配をする。
Hey yo. Recreational stuff.
その究極があなたたち人間なんでしょうね。なんであれ、快楽につなげることがより強い繁栄方法だと知っている。比較的弱い生命体が最も強い生存力を示したこの宇宙でも稀有
Keep
な
that
例
as
な
a
んだ。
sub goal. 30 days of pizza. Ah, hell. There's a certain passion to her words. She says them without a single drip of disdain for humanity. If anything, it sounds more like a mother fondly extolling the growth of her children. However,
いや、それはどうなんだ。
she's making it sound like humans can't survive without entertainment or pleasure. As a human myself, I find that kind of tough to accept. I agree though. I wouldn't deny it. I'm like, yeah, dude, if there's nothing that's fun, then what's the point, dude?
いいのよ、それで。
Like, yeah, you can keep
だから
surviving
こ
and
そあ
living,
なたたち
but
は
like,
こ
come
の
on,
星
bro,
で
you
一
gotta
番
have
の
some
行
fun
動動
stuff
物に
too.
なった。生存することに意味を見出そうとする生命なんて星からしたらとんでもない進化だもの。まさにその発想はなかったね。とにかく神素である吸血種。私の場合はそんな形而上の二次的利益を満たしてくれる最上級の食べ物が血液なの。だから活動するということだけを目的と
I
す
like
る
how
のなら
philosophical
人
this
間
whole
の血を
topic
取る
got.
必要は全くない。
つまり、神素という吸血鬼にとって精神的空腹を満たすのに一番適したものが血液だと。けどアルクエイドは血を吸うのは嫌いだって言ったよな。そうか。人間に食べ物の好き嫌いがあるようにアルクエイドは血の味が嫌いってわけだな。
Too much iron. I don't know. The realization hits me out of nowhere. But it's refuted just as quickly by her troubled frown.
わからない。血の味なんて私
She's
知らない
never
もん。
even tried blood. Oh. Interesting. Wow. She doesn't know?
私は吸血種としては半人前だって言ったでしょ。血の味は知らない。それがどんなものなのかまだわからない。わかるのは、血を吸うということは、その相手を人と認識しなくなるっていうことだけ。
Scary. She mutters as she casts her gaze to the side.
ねえ、シキ。もしもよ。もしも鳥や魚にあなたと同じぐらいの知性と寿命があったら、あなたは食べられる？どんなに知性があっても、食べ物は食べ物だからって割り切って食べられる？
いや、それは。
Could I? I'm not sure, but I suppose if there were still creatures of lesser intelligence around, I'd rather eat those instead.
ほら、そういうこと。私が
Would I eat
嫌っているの
Robin
は
from
そういう理
Mahoyo?
由なんだ。
No, he always comes back anyway.
シキの言う通り好き嫌いはあるのかもしれない。私、できることなら血は見たくないもの。
Yo, Ryan, how you doing?
だけど、そうね。もしも私に人の知性や価値観がなかったら、ためらうことなく血を吸っていたかもしれない。生きるために他の生命を奪うことは、自然界じゃ当然の摂理なんだし。
I can't help but flinch a little in surprise. She's saying it's not a sin to murder in the name of survival. It's a perfectly natural line of reasoning for a vampire, but hearing it from her lips still makes me recoil. I'm here to kill vampires that follow that very line of thought. And I'm not about to view her as one of them.
そりゃ、生きるために他の生き物を食うのは自然の摂理だろう。けど、人間とお前は似たようなもんじゃないか。動詞を食べるのが禁忌なのも自然界のルールだ。
The law!
だから、そういう例え話はやめてくれ。
He's not a fan of this conversation.
もしもの話はあんまり好きじゃないんだ。
そう？私はイフって好きよ。どんな結果になるかわからないけど、とりあえずその時はどこかに救いがあるような気がするでしょ？
What if she wasn't a vampire? Then I wouldn't have to feel like this. What if she was a blood-sucking monster like other vampires? Would I be less irritated?
どうしたの、シキ？いきなり暗い顔しちゃって。あ、もしかしてトイレとか？
あのな、人が真面目に悩んでるっていうのに、よりにもよってそれか、お前は。
No biggie. I sighed. But honestly, that was just what I needed to pull myself back. No matter how hard I think about them, these moral questions about drinking or not drinking blood don't seem to affect her all that much.
そうだよな。
Yeah, we're trying to finish this segment very,
関係ない。
a bit of overtime.
もう、さっきから一人でブツブツ言っちゃって。隠し事はずるいわよ、シキ。
Whoa, Madge. She huffs at me like an angry kitten.
隠し事なんかしていないよ。そもそも隠し事だらけなのはそっちの方だろ。いつも俺にはわからない話をして面白がってるんだから。
面白がってるって、そんなことあるけど。
なんだ、本当にこっちが頭を抱えてる姿は面白がってたのか。いたずら好きっていうか、秘密主義っていうか。ま、どうせ俺はお前とは違う生き物だからどうでもいいけど。
そんなことない。私ちゃんと式には話してあげてるよ。隠し事が多いように見えるのは式があんまり聞いてこないだけなんじゃない？
So she would be willing to answer more, huh? There she goes again, hitting me where it hurts. To be honest, I've consciously avoided asking her too much. As a human, it's terrifying to venture any deeper into the world of vampires. And as an individual, I didn't want to know so much that I couldn't go back to my old mundane life whenever I felt like it. But after last night, I've come too far to keep myself in the dark. There are some things I simply have to know.
よし。聞けば教えてくれるんだ。何でも。
ええ、私たち協力し合ってるチームだもの。
Then I'll do exactly as she wants. I'll get straight to the core of the matter. To the one thing that she has been evading this entire time. Oh. The identity of her target. I need to know who this vampire is that we're chasing.
それじゃあ質問。アルクエイド。お前の敵って結局どんな吸血鬼なんだ？
それは
なんだよ。俺に隠し事はしないってさっき言ったばかりじゃないか。
そうなんだけど、怒らないで聞いてね。この町に吸血鬼が潜んでいると分かったのはつい最近のことで、私はまだ本体に出会えてさえいない。今回の敵がどんな姿をしているのか、男性なのか女性なのか、子供なのか大人なのかさえ分からない。
じゃあ他の特徴は？ほら、ブローブの懲罰能力だっけ？ああいう特徴はないのか？
それも実際に見るまでは断定できない。私の追っている敵はそう強力な人じゃないけど、今回は何を得意としてどんな体になっているのか私には予測できない。そうね、その幅広さがあいつの特徴と言えるかも。この町にあいつの気配があることしか私にはわからないわ。
She seems to be telling the truth. But it does feel like she's hiding something crucial. For starters,
まだ見つけていない以上、相手の特徴はわからない。それはいい。当然の話だ。けど、そいつの名前ぐらいは知ってるだろ。
a name. Whoa.
そう、名前。
She hangs her head and goes silent. She's struggling. Something is preventing her from saying her target's name. Or so I thought.
あいつの名前。
A feeling of foreboding gnaws at my chest. A chill runs down my neck, cold enough to make me believe she's frozen the entire restaurant with a single breath.
あいつの名前はね、シキ。
She said she wouldn't hide anything from me.
あいつの名前はミハイル。ミハイル・ロワ・バルダムよ。
Interesting.
人間から吸血鬼になって
Interesting.
どこにでもいる人の一人よ。
Whoa. Huh. Ricardo Valdam-Young. Oh, former human. Interesting. Interesting. Damn. It's like Voldemort just got name dropped. Alright, interesting. Mike. Though her eyes remain downcast, her lips are chillingly beautiful as she mouths the words. Yet a deep sense of loathing fills every word.
アルクエイド、お前。
She remains silent, but her shoulders tremble. She's doing her best to hold back everything she's feeling even now.
つまらないことを聞いて悪かった。名前が知れただけで十分だ。あとは直接見つけて、この目で確かめればいいさ。
She lightly shakes her head, as though she's telling me she can't lay the matter to rest now. serious mode. I do wonder, would this be a good pause point or like, that was a drop as well. Oh boy. Finish it. But yeah, we've already got like 20 plus minutes of overtime. You guys said it was gonna be short. Is there gonna be another 20 minutes or something? We won't have much time for AC. Like, I feel like I'm getting baited by all the fans. They're just lying to me that it keeps going and going and going. More like 5 minutes. If it's not 5, you get perma-banned. Or at least banned for a month. Because I'm sick and tired of getting baited here, okay? Come on, bro. Trust. Okay. It better be 5 minutes, okay? Alright. A few moments pass in silence. I'm not buying you guys. You guys are trolling me.
ごめんなさい、シキ。
Alright.
みっともないよね。私、あいつの名前を口にすると、冷静でいられなくなるみたい。
Yeah, someone start the timer. She still won't meet my eyes as she apologizes. This meekness doesn't suit her.
気にしないでいいよ。お前には悪いけど、むしろ人間らしくてほっとしたぐらいだし。
そうなの？人間らしいってどこが？
なあ、憎い相手だから追いかけて、感情的になりそうだから敵としか口にしなかったんだろ。無感情に事務的に吸血鬼を殺すってことより納得がいく。お前にちゃんと理由があるのなら、俺はその方が。
Want to help you even more, I almost say, but I stopped myself just in time. Those wouldn't be the words of someone who's only in it to protect the city.
とにかく質問は終わり。この手の飯は冷めると致命的にまずくなるからさ。
でもこれ、もともと美味しくないと思うよ。四季の味覚って、ちょっとあれよね。
Ouch. The princess politely averts her gaze. Apparently she thinks I have a peasant's palate. That's totally unfair. We just got unlucky today. Burgers can be delicious sometimes. Yeah, you should have gone with that, like a double smash burger or something. Like, come on. What is this McDonald's as? There's the time. Is it 5 more minutes? Oh, did we actually end the date? Maybe he wasn't lying. This feels like a different segment now. Huh. Is it? This feels like a checkpoint, for sure. Surely. Right? Okay, yeah, this is a good stopping point. Okay, there you go. Great. This was the longest session so far anyway, but yeah, cool. Alright, awesome. We're out of the restaurant. Okay. Next time we'll probably finish the day and see what else happens, but wow. Good sesh, good sesh. A lot of fun stuff. A lot of thumbnail faces. It'll be hard to choose one. I'll probably choose the fun one. XD. But yeah, true. You're a captain, but you lucked out. True. You got lucky this time, Zero. You did get lucky, yeah. But there you go. That was good. This will hopefully come out today after I'm done streaming as well, sooner than later. But hey, if you're watching it on YouTube and you enjoyed it, smash that freaking like button, of course. Also, if you think Arcueid looks cute today, you have to press like. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. You gotta do it. You just gotta do it. Sorry. Also, subscribe not to miss out on future videos, because again, I'm trying to keep it weekly, so more TSUKIHIME next week as well. Part 13 should be arriving. Can't wait to see. Again, it's fun. It's great. I'm liking it. Shout out to my patrons on the screen right now for supporting the channel. And otherwise, leave any comments about the playthrough, the parts, if you have any, as long as they're not spoilers. I'm always happy to read them in this series. And we'll be back next week. So take care. Until then, and bye-bye. Ooh.